Good day, everyone. My name is Chloe Tan. I'm the website content writer at Healy Consultants based in Singapore. Today, I have with me my colleague Petar Chakarov, and he's our Sales and Business Development Officer in our European office. Hi, Peter. How are you?
Hi, Koi. Oh, well, thank you.
Good. So we're here today to talk about crypto engagement, like in Saint Vincent's. Like you have done a few, right? And I guess we can talk about some of the things that you have gone through, experience with this engagements. Yeah.
Yes, Saint Vincent is actually quite trendy at the moment because it's easy to register a crypto company with minimum government oversight, and it can vary. It could be a token company, it could be a crypto exchange, and the process of registration it's still strict on the compliance side. You need to complete basically a KYC onboarding committee. But after that, the registration is straightforward and you can begin operations very fast.
Okay. Where are the clients usually based in?
Majority of the clients that engage us for St. Vincent are usually from the Americas. But from time to time, we have helped clients also from India, from Southeast Asia, because usually in these parts of the world, the crypto scene is a bit more challenging. The regulators are more conservative. And that's why clients want to move into an environment where the regulator is less restrictive, such as St. Vincent.
That makes sense. Okay. When you mention America, do you mean like both North and South America?
Majority of the clients that we helped, especially for registering their own token business, were from North America and the US in particular.
Okay, good to know. Is there like a trend on like what usually the business activities are of this clients, or is like more technology like tech companies or
Yes, usually these are tech companies that would like to launch their own token or a similar type of product. And St. Vincent makes good sense because it blends cost efficiency. It's rather cheap to register in that location. And it's
okay.
not as slow as you would, for example, get in Cayman Islands.
All right. Are there like any challenges to this new trending place or
Yes, as with any Caribbean country, you would have challenges to open a bank account. A lot of these token companies, they didn't really need a bank account. They only engaged us for a company. But if you would need to open a bank account for such an entity, it's challenging. St. Vincent uses a short-term step-up solution. You use it for a few years to establish your brand, your business, and then you step up to a more reputable country. And that comes to challenges in terms of banking. Very few banks are going to open bank accounts for companies based in St. Vincent. And that's where our experience comes in and our approach to connect with multiple banks, prepare a quality business plan, and ensure a bank account is opened in a reasonable time frame.
okay, like what's usually a time frame to opening a bank account like that?
It's dependent on whether or not the client will travel to meet with the bank, but if no travel is involved, the corporate bank account setup is fully remote, you're looking at on average 8 to 10 weeks to open a bank account, which is really 2 months.
Okay, if the client needs to travel, so then that will really depend on the client. Yes.
Yes, if they're willing to meet with the bank, you can cut significant portion of the compliance that needs to be done to verify signatures, and you can potentially expedite the banking setup.
That's good to know. All right. With this kind of engagement, like, would you say that there are any highlights or key takeaways that the audience need to know?
Yes, so at the moment, St. Vincent is one of the few locations where you can set up a token business with minimum government oversight, and it's a fast solution to bring your idea and your environment to the market. But it's not a long-term solution. After a year or two, you should switch to a more reputable, long-term, low-tax location. For example, in Europe, for example, in a more established Caribbean country. or even in reputable locations such as Singapore, Switzerland.
Okay. Well, Peter, thank you so much for your insights today, and I really appreciate it. Thank you.